to take that cushion for you, and it's not going to launch you off the machine. I almost got eaten by a dog. This is another reason I need a faster machine. I can't even outrun a dog on this thing. Alright, what's going on, guys? In today's video, we're just going to go over some advanced tips on riding for intermediate riders. Someone who might have just finished learning how to ride their wheel and wants to take their game to the next level. This video is for you. We're going to go over gear, riding stance. Alright, let's start it off by talking about gear. So naturally, once you get a little bit better at riding, you're going to want to go a little bit faster. You're going to push your boundaries. You're going to be looking for new challenges. So this guide is going to be for anybody who's just reaching that 15-mile-an-hour range on their wheels. Somebody who's just starting to push that envelope a little bit. The first thing that person needs to be worried about is gear. You are actually in a position where you need it now. You know, maybe when you're going really slow, you could run out of a fall, or even if you did fall, what's the big deal? You're 4 miles an hour, right? But when you're going 15 miles an hour and you fall, you're not going to be able to run out of it, and you're not going to be able to hold yourself up off the ground when you hit. I mean, you're going to make impact. So for that reason, the absolute bare minimum that you should be riding any wheel at 15 miles an hour is a full face helmet. At the very least, you have to have something with a chin guard on it when you're going that fast. That is the minimum. It cannot be understated how important this piece of equipment is for someone riding 15 plus miles an hour on one of these little wheels. Okay, second up, wrist guards. When you go down, what are you gonna do? You can stick your hands up first, right? You're gonna dig up your wrists. Wrist guards are cheap, get them. All right, next up on the list, knee protection. I've got this awesome pair of reticulating guards. I got them online they were a little bit expensive because they have the reticulating joint. You know, I think they were like 70 bucks. So you don't have to spend $70 on your equipment, but they do say the best equipment is equipment that you'll wear. So if you're not gonna wear it, and if it's not gonna be comfortable to wear, it's a waste of your money. Buy something that you know you're gonna put on every time you go riding. Okay, and I've also been looking for some kind of, I want an elbow protection, but I'd also like it to come up and protect my shoulder. I know when I ride kind of my right side out front, and that's where I'm going down. So I've been looking for something that'll cover my entire right arm area, shoulder, the whole thing. If anybody knows of any good products, share them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your opinion. A lot of guys who are really pushing the envelope wear full motorcycle bodysuits. I mean, that's how serious you need to take this. We are going at full speed on pavement. You are gonna get hurt if you go down. And it's not a matter of if you go down, it's a matter of when you go down. You could be the greatest rider in the entire world, but you could still get clipped by somebody else. A drunk driver could run you off the road. Your machine could fail. There's just no predicting when or how it's gonna happen, but it's going to happen. Okay, next up, if you're gonna start going on really long rides, you might wanna prepare for it a little bit. So usually if I'm going more than just down the street, I'll bring my little backpack that I set up specifically for riding. Okay, first of all, it's a great place to put your cell phone, wallet, keys, so they're not in your pockets. It's just better to ride like that. Second, water bottle. Gotta stay hydrated. Third, I like to keep a light in there just to have it in case I get caught out at night, and so I just know where it is. I always keep a tire pump. I've got this really nice safety vest. I wear this whenever I'm in high traffic areas. So if I'm down in the city and I'm riding around, high visibility, that's when I wear this. Keep a phone charger, a screwdriver, just in case I ever need to get into a wheel or whatever, just to take a look. $10, I always keep $10 in the bag, just in case. You never know, you're gonna buy an Uber ride home, you gotta bribe somebody to use their cell phone, keep 10 bucks in there. And then just amenities like for the time of year. I've got some sunscreen I keep in there for the summer. I've got extra masks in case anybody needs one. You know, I've got just a little pocket knife that I just keep on me just in case. You never know, it's useful. And I just keep this bag packed all the time and just throw it in my bag whenever I'm going out on a long ride. Of course, I come out here and touch the thunder. Great. Looks like you guys might get an extra little bonus IP55 rating test on this trip, huh? So we're gonna delay the posture lesson until after this ends. All right, let's resume part 2 now that it's not raining. We're gonna go over some riding posture tips. So this is for somebody who knows how to ride the wheel, but is trying to go faster. Somebody who's gonna start pushing the limits on themselves. Somebody who wants to maybe upgrade to a bigger wheel and just wants to be sure that they're safe riding. We're gonna go over a couple of tips to help improve your riding posture, help you ride safer, help you ride faster. All right, first things first, let's talk about foot placement. So this is kind of my normal riding stance. I like to have my right foot out in front, kind of dominating the wheel. Having an offset stance like this really helps you gain control for some reason. It really helps you just grab onto the wheel better. But definitely play around with different pedal placements. A lot of people like theirs differently. Some people hang way over the front of the machine. Some people hang a little bit back on the machine. Some people like to just be dead even on it. So you're gonna have to try a couple things, see what's really the most comfortable for you. Okay, also adjusting your foot pedals, especially when you're new, is gonna be super important. What I want you to do is every time you feel like your feet aren't in the right position, find some place to stop and fix it, okay? Fix it in a spot that's nice and easy for you. Don't try and do it on the fly if you're brand new. It's gonna be really hard. You're gonna save a lot of time by just getting something to anchor yourself and readjusting your feet. Now, once you really get going and you get good, you can kind of adjust on the fly. You're gonna feel comfortable enough to literally balance like, here, let me show you. Like I can literally move my feet around on the wheel a little bit while I'm riding. So I can kind of adjust, sneak them up a little bit, sneak them down a little bit, however I want to get it. You know, and like I said, I usually like to end up with my right foot out in front. But again, don't do this if you're brand new. Stop. Get yourself to some place you can hold on to and fix your feet. Okay, next up, we're gonna talk about our knees. So when you're learning how to ride a unicycle, a lot of the times, it's gonna be way easier for you to kind of ride straight-legged. All right, it's a lot more comfortable, I get it. It's a lot easier to balance. But if you're gonna start pushing speed at all on any of these machines, you really need to start bending your legs. Your legs are gonna act as the suspension system for your machine. If you come over a pothole, if you hit a rock, whatever it is, your knees are gonna take that cushion for you, and it's not gonna launch you off the machine. I almost got eaten by a dog. This is another reason I need a faster machine. I can't even outrun a dog on this thing. All right, but as I increase speed, notice how I bend my knees. Let's see if we can get a shot of it. And I really like to have my right knee out in front the same way I do with my leg. Riding with a bent knee is going to improve your balance, it's going to improve your control of the machine, and it's going to improve your speed. You're just going to feel like a way more confident rider. Okay, something else you're going to experience as a more intermediate rider, someone who's riding further, faster, you're going to get foot cramps. I know I do. You're going to feel it in your feet, right in the center of them, really, for me anyway, and it's going to burn a little bit. You got to fight through it. You got to fight through the foot cramps. Honestly, when I first started, I would get foot cramps all the time. It was horrible. You know, but slowly but surely they went away. And now I still get a foot cramp if I haven't been riding a lot, but usually when I get it, it's within the first 20 minutes. I stop, I take a break, and never get another cramp again all day. I could ride for 6 hours, I won't get another cramp. So part of it is just strengthening the muscles of your feet. You know, you're not really using your feet for a lot of other things. So to do so many fine motor movements with your toes, with the soles of your feet, it's unique for your body. At least for me anyway. I don't really use my feet for pretty much anything. I walk on them, you know, I don't do fine motor control. So when riding, I find I'm pushing with the tip of my toe a lot. You know, I find that I'm almost using my feet kind of like my hand to just push, like you're driving a car. I mean, it's literally like hitting the pedals of a car. except for you have to put a little bit more pressure on a unicycle to really make the same effect. All right, another thing you're gonna have to learn as an intermediate rider is to recognize driving surfaces. So what you're riding on really determines how you ride, right? So for instance, I'm on grass right now and my knees are bent because it's really hard to see what's coming. When you're in grass and you're just riding around, you're gonna hit bumps, you're gonna hit little things, imperfections that cause your wheel to kind of go crazy. So you wanna ride with a bent leg if you're on any type of grass. And also make sure the grass isn't wet. You can slide out on wet grass pretty easy. Okay, next up, gravel. Gravel is an EUC death trap. You really have to be careful when you're riding on it. Let's see if we can get some good footage. I mean, it slides all over the place. You can feel it when you're riding. You might not be able to see it very well on camera. But when you're riding, you can really feel all that gravel being pushed away from underneath your legs. And it's so easy to slide out. The exact same thing goes for sand. If you come across a patch of sand, you have to try to stay as up and down as you possibly can. Don't try and turn. If you're on gravel, if you're on sand, do not turn. Go straight or go really slow. Those are your only options. Turn slow, be careful. And that goes for every single wheel. No wheels are good on gravel or sand, it's just the surface. And then you have pavement. Pavement's gonna be the most enjoyable to ride on as far as trying to gain speed, control of your wheel. You're gonna be able to really fly, you know. But once again, travel on roads you're familiar with. Roads that you know don't have big imperfections and bumps and potholes that you have to worry about. Try and find nice, clean roads to ride. Then you can really test the limits of your machine and your skills at stability at speed. You know, it's an age-old saying, practice makes perfect. All right, so when you're trying to gain speed on your unicycle, there's a couple different approaches that people like to take. A, you can really lean into it. Now, you see guys like Kuji, right? I don't know if you've seen Kuji Rolls. He's a really famous YouTuber that does electric unicycle videos. And I mean, when he leans into a wheel, oh man, it's like a Michael Jackson Thriller move. I mean, he leans into these things. And he's got the confidence to do it, you know what I mean? That's an advanced move right there. Not a lot of guys go full tilt. What I like to do is really put pressure forward with my right foot. So that's one of the reasons I like it being out in front, is I'm able to guide my power surge by pushing forward with that right foot. That lets me not have to go full tilt lean over the machine. You know, another thing I really like to do is kind of S-curves. So, like, I pump the machine is what I call it. I like to pump with both legs. I'll push to the right, to the left, and you can hear I'm getting beeps because I can really torque it. When I get it going side to side like that, you're gonna feel the control, you're gonna really feel the speed coming from it. You know, just get down and pump it like it's a bicycle almost. I mean, literally, like, pressure on the left, pressure on the right. You can really get the thing ripping. All right, guys, well, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more. I hope this helps some of you guys to get more confident riding with speed on your unicycles. It's all about practice, repetition, and gear. The gear is going to give you way more confidence to practice these things way harder than you would if you didn't have any gear on. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Until the next one, ride safe.